Welcome back. It's another one, another story from Fatal Attraction. Today we're gonna drink this Rockstar. It's blueberry. It says 240 milligrams of caffeine, but you know it's extras. Then my homemade peanut sauce. We have homemade cheesy bread, a little nice Caesar salad on the side, and then I have some mushrooms, fried mushrooms, and fried pickles with some Thai peppers on the side. Eat healthy for the gut is what I like to say. So let's get into it. So this story is about trying to find love on the internet. The story starts off with this girl. She's in her early 20s. And she's on this most popular app called P.O.F. Now, if you know, you know. After so many days of her sisters not hearing from her, she decided, well, the family decided to go down to the police department and make a police report. And once they did, that just got the ball rolling to open up an investigation because her family was deeply concerned about this young woman. Plus, she had brought Chris Brown tickets, and that she would never, no young woman is going to pass up Chris Brown, especially after paying for the tickets. They're definitely attending. So her sister's like, something's wrong. We haven't heard from her since she went on her little blind date. You know, she's on a little dating app. And we're concerned, like, something's not right. So, one of her other sisters were able to, thankfully, find a location on her car because the girl worked for OnStar. And the car that her sister owned had OnStar on it. So because of this factor, they were able to locate the car. Which was vacated on the other side of town, 20 minutes out at some shopping center. So, this is what helped the case get solved pretty quickly. So, they ride along to find out where the car is at. The family does. The police are already there. Of course, because they have connections with them, they know exactly where the car is at. So they meet the police over there. The police look and they notice that her car is ransacked. I don't see no blood, but her wallet and her purse is left in the car. So they're like, this is not good. So the investigators go back to the office to see who she's been talking to over the internet, because you know they seized her property. So once we get back to the office, they get into this girl's laptop. And they decide to go on the website themselves. And they see she's been talking to a few guys. Now, at first they just thought she was a girl looking for love on this website. No. And so they reached out to one of the guys, and they was like, this is a website for prostitutes. Only reason why I was kept reaching out to her and blowing up her phone was because she ran off of my money. She didn't even perform her service. She just took the money and ran off. So I wanted my money, but she never came back around, gave me my money or nothing. So, you know, they're like, okay, well, can you come down to the investigation room and make a statement? And he's like, no problem. He goes down there, gives his little statement. And what cleared him from being a suspect was because he was with another prostitute the same day she came up missing. I called up the other worker and cleared both their names because the hotel they were at had cameras as well. So everything checked out. They were no longer suspects in the case. So they reached out to another man that she had recently went on a date with that Friday. They reached out to him by calling this young man. He says, yeah, she was supposed to meet me, but she never came. She didn't show up. So at this point, the detectives are thinking this girl has a standing record of not showing up. And if she do, she gonna show out. So it's not looking good. Looking like this is kind of wishy-washy. So by the time they start to really dig, the investigators find another lead. And this time it comes from an unknown caller. She found a body in like an alleyway. And so they're like, let's go see who this is. And unfortunately, it was this young lady that they were having this open case on. Her name was Cynthia. And like I said, the tip came in from an anonymous caller, so it's not like it was anybody that was working on the case or anything, fortunately. They notified the family to come to the scene and clear the body. Fortunately, gut-wrenching for the whole family. My respect. It was Cynthia. At the scene of the crime, they noticed that Cynthia was stabbed to death. But because there was no blood around the scene, they're like, she couldn't have been stabbed here. She was dumped at this scene. So they dug a little deeper on the last guy she was with. His name was Mr. Moore. And after reviewing his record, they see that he just got out of prison on assault charges on his ex-girlfriend. So it wasn't looking too good. They went ahead and decided to do a search warrant. Being that her car was found on his side of town, they just found it kind of ironic that he was the last person she contacted. He stated that she didn't show up, but her car was on his side of town. So the police were like, we're going to get a search warrant and figure this out, because it's just not adding up. So, yeah, that's what they did. And they brought along a dog, basically a bloodhound, to figure out if there's any evidence that the police can't physically see on the scene that belonged to Cynthia. So they decided to go ahead and do that. And so once they showed up Mr. Moore's house, he's looking like, go ahead, there's nothing in here to find. So they go in with just the officers first. After about 20 minutes of looking around, not seeing anything to the negative eye, instead of just leaving, they bring in the dog. And the dog is just hitting points from the door handle to the bedroom and leading down to a basement. He had a basement in his house. And lo and behold, there's big blood spatters found down there. They bring the CSI team in. They get to spraying their little solution. That shit light up like a globe. So they're like, okay, this is definitely a crime scene. You're definitely under arrest. They arrest him immediately. And they take him down to the station to get that real statement. So once they get Mr. Moore down to the station, he cracks. He's basically like, look, I killed her because after we had our encounter, I thought we shared something special. I felt like she was the one. And I didn't want the night to end. And she wanted to leave. And I got mad and I stabbed her to death. I didn't want her to leave. So she basically died for no reason. It's very unfortunate. Oh my goodness, sometimes this is just a mission. This is a fried pickle. I don't know if you can see it. That's right down. And he also stated that he didn't intend on doing that with her that night. It just happened. So they book him. But instead of waiting to be sentenced to death, oh, you see, I must be tired. Mr. Moore takes a plea bargain and gave him like 26 years because he took the plea bargain. Basically pled guilty to basically insanity and was gonna get off. But a couple years into his sentencing, he decides he's gonna rape and beat the therapist, so he ends up getting life in jail. which I think he should have just got life in jail anyway because it was senseless murder. It wasn't like he knew the girl, you know. Plus, he had a recurring offenses of doing the same thing. It's very unfortunate. It's very sad. Sad for the family. Sad that this young man threw his whole life away over detaining some kitty cat meow that didn't want him. He's playing fish on the sea. You on P.O.F. Calm down. So, I also learned that over 45 million people partake in online dating, and also that a large number, about 16,000 cases, end in being kidnapped, raped, stalked, knives. 10% of people online are sex offenders, some type of offender, and then it was like 25% are rapists. So it's just, be careful. I say don't partake in a little risque. Taboo is always good in your diet. You feel me? But be careful. Be discreet. Look them up. Don't be scared to Google. Ask for real names. If they don't give you a real name, Google will tell you. Rule number 1. If the name don't add up to what they tell you, it's a fraud. Run. It's easy to Google somebody and tap of the finger, whisper of the tongue. Do what you gotta do. To protect yourself. Like I said, it's always good. A little taboo in your system, but you're willing to die for it? Well, thank you for eating with me. I hope you eat well. Hope you enjoyed the story. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it.